biopsies. I had, I think last time I saw you guys, I had the 20 stitches in the top of my foot.
Yeah.
So
Well,
that's...
I'll be doing that. I've got something here that there.
All right, we are live. Good morning, everyone. We're live, but am I ready? Oh, it's been a morning. I already taught one class this morning at the studio, so like I should be ready to rock and roll, and my brain's just not there yet. But I went home and did some to-do list tasks, and I feel like I am so far away from you guys. Hold, please. Like we had all these people registered, and not everybody made it today. No, Diana may still be. Oh, hello, good morning. It's okay, I forgot my headphones too. They're around my neck, but. There we go. Pick chair, any chair. Okay. I feel like I'm sitting 2 miles away, so we're gonna move. Anybody got pies to make yet today? Anybody making pies? Yes, you got some pies to make? Is that in your way, Mary Jo?
No, I'm good.
You're good? Okay. I know, Thanksgiving is the one holiday that I usually can just show up and eat, and that's great. I did text my mom and ask her if she needed me to bring anything, and she just said water. I need my water. I'm not together today. 'Tis the season to be frazzled, right?
Yes.
More than usual. Okay.
Well, I was panicking last night because I'm not ready for any of the December holidays. And I say it that way because I'm a dual religion family. And all of a sudden I'm going, it's not even Thanksgiving yet. Calm down.
Yeah. I think we have to do that. We have to pause, right? And this is a good reminder to press that pause button and try to be just present where our feet are and on the day that we are in, rather than getting so caught up in I need to do. So I think that's a good talking point, Mary Jo.
Thank you.
Just to be where our feet are, where our body is, and we can just take this time to focus on what's happening right now. So I think that's a good reminder. Thanks for sharing that. And it is, like, this gets into that busy season, that hustle and bustle, and we tend to just be a little overwhelmed. We forget to stop and appreciate what we do have and really take notice of the small things, those little things that we can tend to overlook and perhaps miss because we are in such a rush to get to the next big thing. So good morning, welcome. My name is Hope Mercer. I'm with Iron Zen Yoga. I'm glad you're here and joining us. I hope maybe it doesn't look like I have anybody with us yet at home. That's okay, it'll be there. Remember that through the month of December, since we won't be here practicing together, it is chilly in here, isn't it? We won't be here practicing together through the month of December, but we will be back. We just looked at the calendar, January 8th, I believe. And of course, between the library and the studio page, we'll be sharing as soon as we have some graphics ready to post. That way you guys can put that on your calendar. And then just a reminder that I've partnered with the Guernsey County Senior Citizen Center so that we can begin offering this same type of class at the Senior Citizen Center every Tuesday at 11 a.m. beginning January 7th then. So I think that's all the business side of it. We can just kind of let the rest of it go now and we can enjoy class. All right, let's begin by finding the sit bones under the body. So maybe that little rock side to side. Now remember, these chairs are not quite ideal because if we lean back, we're a little too relaxed. I would like to ask you to sit a little bit taller, letting your shoulders stack over your hips. Let your hands rest in the lap. And then let's just take a moment here, kind of roll out the head, the neck, whatever feels kind of good here for a moment. We're not going to do anything real specific, but then I want you to come back into a neutral gaze. So letting your gaze then come straight ahead of the body, chin parallel to the earth. And then if you're comfortable doing so, closing down the eyes or softening your gaze. And we're just going to take these opening moments to really settle into the breath and into the body. just kind of chatting before a few of you arrived and before I went live, that this morning's felt like a little bit of a rush today, just trying to get through some things and do some things. And then Mary Jo so kindly shared how kind of moving forward into December already, and we haven't even finished out November yet, and we haven't even hit Thanksgiving yet. And it's kind of funny that that's where we went with our conversation prior to class starting, because on my little chat I wanted for today is appreciate the small things. How life is so filled with those often small and unnoticed moments that can bring us joy, comfort, or peace. If you already have your Christmas tree up, yay you, if that's you celebrate. Or maybe you enjoy sitting in the evening with these earlier nighttime darkness, maybe lighting a candle or just a soft light. But I know myself, when we put our Christmas tree up, one of my favorite things to do is to sit in the room with all the other lights off and enjoy my coffee or a cup of tea in the evening hours. And it's so wild to think that that just soft glow of that tree and the light, how that can bring comfort. And if we just pause and notice those smaller things, maybe we're at the store shopping, and rather than focus on the folks that are rushing and bustling, we notice the person with the small child who has taken the time to step down to their level and their eye to eye to speak with the child, and their soft, kind words, not harsh, hurry up, let's go, tugging them by the arm. But we notice that small moment of connection between, let's say, between grandparent and grandchild. Because we know as mamas and papas, we tend to be a little bit more hurried when we're in the store with our kiddos. But as grandparents, we tend to get the privilege of spending a little bit of a quieter time with those kiddos. We take the time to notice that small moment. This time of year, we tend to run into folks that we don't always see out and about. And we greet them with the biggest smile and the biggest hug. And we can just feel that warmth that radiates through the heart. Gratitude doesn't always have to be this big monumental gesture. Gratitude can just be for those smaller moments. So my hope for you, as this is our last time together for this year, that through this holiday season you can allow yourself to appreciate and hold close those small moments. Not just the grand gestures, but those small little moments. Let's allow the arms to fall down beside the body, palms open towards the front of the room, and spread your fingers really wide. Maybe even give the fingers a little bit of a wiggle and a stretch. I've been doing a lot of knitting lately. This kind of feels nice. If you've been doing any little handy crafts, it can feel kind of nice to wiggle out those fingers. Let's take an inhale breath and reach your arms up and over the head. Maybe you flutter the eyes open and bring the gaze towards the fingertips. Exhale and let your hands fall back down. Let's think about really moving the breath into the belly. Inhale. And that soft exhale. Good. Once more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, float the hands back down. Good. Now let's bring those arms up once more. And then let's take a little cactus of the arms. This past week in the studio, we've been doing a lot of twisting. So let's do that here too. So one of the things with twisting that we probably don't often think about is this can aid digestion. We got a big meal coming up maybe tomorrow. Let's take an inhale breath and twist towards the right. Pull your right elbow back and the right shoulder back. And then exhale, come through center. Good. Inhale, breath. Exhale, twist to your left. Pull your left shoulder back. Maybe soft gaze over the left shoulder. Inhale and come back center again. Good, let's do that again. Exhale, twist to the right. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, twist to the left. Good. Inhale, come back center. And let's let the arms just float down beside the body. Let's do some shoulder rolls. Roll the shoulders towards the back of the room. Maybe even bending at the elbows. We could go a little Polar Express moment here. Chug your train down the tracks. And then forward. Have any of y'all watched that movie? I have not actually watched that movie. I should put it on my list of things to watch. I've been watching corny, very, very corny holiday movies already. I don't always get too wrapped up in it, but Netflix has had some that I'm like, this would be silly background noise while I'm knitting, and that's what I've been doing. And let's chug the other way again. So just for recommendations, Merry Gentleman was super cute. Hot Frosty was also super cute. All right, let's reach the arms out to the sides of the body. Big stretch, as though you're trying to reach both sides of the room. And let's take as if someone has a hold of your right hand. And I want you to lean that direction as if you're trying to pull. Yeah, we're gonna go both directions, so it's all good. Right and left are hard. Come through center. Find that little shift through the torso and reach your left fingertips off. Good, let's do that same thing. Kind of like you're being in a tug of war here. Right shoulder shift, and then left reach. Good, let's go once more. Right side re-reach. Come through center, left side, big reach. Good, let's go ahead and let the arms float back down. Let's do a little seated cat-cow, hands to the knees. On the inhale breath, think about pulling your shoulders back. We lift the heart and the gaze, maybe even thinking about tipping your tailbone up a little bit. And on the exhale, round the spine towards the back of the chair. Tuck your chin and tuck your tailbone under. Inhale, pull the heart through. Exhale, tuck the chin and tuck the tailbone. Inhale, pull the heart back through again. And exhale, we tuck and round. Good. Now let's come back to neutral. Stack the shoulders back over the hips again. Hands opening sides of the body, Tadasana, our tree pose or our mountain pose. Inhale, take a big reach of the arms up and over the head. And now on your exhale, let yourself just fold over the legs. And however far you're able to reach your hands, that's fine. Maybe they just land at your knees and you tuck your chin towards your chest and let your forehead roll towards your knees. Maybe a little soft little shake yes and no of the head. Or if you're able to let the hands float a little further down, maybe they're more towards your shins or your ankles. And you can let your shoulder blades fall away from each other. And we still give that little shake yes and no. And maybe side to side. And now let's come back up. Inhale, bring your hands to your knees as if you're creating a ski ramp with the spine. So we're creating that longer line from the top of the head all the way down to the hips here. We're trying to create a straight line in our own body, and that's going to look different for every person. Good. Now come back up nice and tall. Shoulders restack over hips. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, hands float back down. Good. Inhale, we take a big reach. All right, once again, exhale, fold over your body. Let the hands fall where they may. Inhale and drag your hands back to your knees. Find that long spine. And exhale, fold back over again. Good. Let's take this into our big reach. Inhale, stack the spine from the hips, one vertebrae at a time, shoulders over hips, and then that big reach of the arms all the way up and over your head. Nice. Exhale and let your hands float back down. Good. All right, let's add that twist in here. Inhale, reach. Now on the exhale, twist to your right. Let your left hand fall towards the outside of your right leg. Your right hand can kind of wrap the chair or just reach over the back of the chair depending upon what feels good. And then inhale and come back to center, reaching the arms overhead. The heart and the gaze return center. And exhale, twist to your left now. Right hand falls to the left side of body. Left hand back a chair or just that big reach over the shoulder. And inhale, come back to center. Gaze and heart turn front. Exhale, one last. Fold it all the way over. Take your time here. Inhale, come half lift, hands to knees. And then slowly just rise back, shoulders over the hips. Nice work. Let's bring the fingertips to the shoulders. We're going to take some shoulder rotations here. So coming back here. Now, as if you have a marker tip on the tip of your elbow, I want you to start and make little circles. And we're going to go both directions, so it doesn't matter which way. And then I want you to start to draw a little bit of a bigger circle here. Okay. We're talking holidays, and I just want to talk holidays because I have an idea in my head. Do y'all do Christmas cards still? Do you still mail Christmas cards? A few at least? Yeah, love that. All right, let's take that direction the opposite way. I haven't done them in a few years. I always buy them with very good intention. I just don't get to it. So this year, goal is to get some Christmas cards out. So if you're not following the studio page yet on social media, on Facebook or Instagram, whatever, I'd love if you would pop over, like the page, because I want to share some of my holiday cards, because I want to try to paint some this year. All right, let's shake out the hands. And that's where I go wrong. It's like, I'm just going to paint everybody handmade Christmas cards this year. I also have some already boxed and pre-made and ready to mail, but why would I want to do that? I'd like a handmade card. All right, from here, let's again take that big reach, extending arms. Now, I want you to think about your rotator cuff. I want to think about the humerus bone in our shoulder joint. And I want you to turn those palms as if you're turning them towards the back of the room. So what we're doing is just moving this big bone and the shoulder. And we are turning and rotating at a speed that feels okay for you, and as much or as little that feels okay for you. Okay, all right, wiggle out as you need. Okay, let's bring the fingertips together in front of the body. Now this is as if you're holding a ball between your fingers, and we're gonna take one big press, and then we're gonna take some little presses here. And can I see the second hand? I can see the second hand, perfect. All right, I want us to take a big inhale. Exhale, push your fingertips together. Now, notice where you feel that. Noticing it obviously in our fingertips and in our hands, but how about across the front of your chest? Feeling that in the pectoral muscles as well. Good. All right, let's release. Maybe give a little shake, little wiggle of the fingers. All right, let's come back. Now this time we're gonna do those pulses. So at your own rate, we're gonna do, let's aim for 20 seconds. Okay, so big breath in and breath out. Press, 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 press. Just think about pressing the fingertips together. Now remember, we did this a few weeks ago, and this helps us to stimulate the lymphatic system across the chest. So this is just one of those little exercises that maybe you're feeling a little sluggish and not your best. This would be something that you could do. How we doing? We doing okay? All right, good. You got another 10 seconds because I decided 30 seconds would be great. And time. Good. Nice work. Feel free to wiggle out the fingers again. Roll the shoulders. All right, let's start coming into the legs now. Let's begin by lifting the toes. Just lift the toes. Does anybody collect anything Christmassy? Nutcracker, snowmen, Christmas trees? Snowmen. Christmas villages, anybody? No? Okay. Anybody collect anything else crazy and wild? Feel free to share.
Green pickle.
A pickle? Okay.
Christmas tree.
Yeah, okay. Remember, you might remember me talking about the little Indian ornament? So I stole it when I was like 2 or 3 from the store. My mom made me go back to the store. Mom and Dad took me back, made me pay for it. And then now Mom hangs it on the Christmas tree every year.
To remind you.
To remind me that I'm a bad girl. Okay? But I did the right thing.
You did pay for it.
That's right. All right, we're gonna settle the toes down and lift the heels. We used to do, my husband, we would collect a Santa Claus every year. We'd try to find the most unique Santa Claus that we could find. And we've had to stop. We've been married 29 years now. And we have Santa Clauses coming out our ears. So like we finally was like, okay, I think we have enough Santas. We probably need to stop doing this.
That's my husband. He has a Santa collection.
Does he?
I just bought a new one.
Did you? Last year at Marshall's, they had really beautiful hand-carved ones that looked like they had quilted coats on them. I did not purchase one, but I ended up being gifted one. It's so beautiful. Okay. All right, let's settle there. All right, let's take this into some marches now. So remember, shoulders are stacked over the hips. We're gonna lift the leg and feel like you're flexing the toes and settle back down and then come back to the other side. Now, as you're moving through these marches, I want you to really think about where this movement is originating from. Obviously, it's originating through the legs, but also the hips and our low abdominals are engaged here as well. So I have gotten to the point that anytime I do kind of low body stuff, instead of thinking first, oh, big, large muscles of my legs, I think tiny muscles, abdominals. Let me put my focus there so that I really can feel that movement in the body. So these, again, those are those little things, those subtle things that we don't necessarily always think about where that movement is coming from. I don't know that I love what I have wrote out here today. It'll be all right. Okay, let's come back into some stillness. All right, folks, let's scooch out to the edge of our chair. So we're seated a little bit more at the edge, and then we're gonna take a little bit of a wider stance here. So I want your toes to point, let's call it 2 o'clock and 10 o'clock. Okay, shoulders are still stacked over our hips. And let's take an inhale breath and reach the arms up and over the head. Now, bring awareness to your right hand. Maybe that means you wiggle your right fingers, and it could be a little wiggle. We're gonna let that right hand drop down beside the body. Maybe it hangs onto the leg, maybe it holds the chair, maybe it just reaches. And then reach your left arm over your head. Now, as you take that reach, instead of reaching here, try to see if you can pull some awareness here in the side body, that axillary region, and find it more of a reach over your head. Now that just may not feel good in every body, but just try to see what you can change and work towards. All right, let's come back up. Reach that right arm up, head stacks back over tailbone. Left hand, we're gonna reach that left hand down, and we're gonna reach the right arm over the head. And we're gonna take a big side lean, and we're gonna feel that stretch through the rib cage, that axillary region, down the arm. Good. Now let's come back center, big reach. All right, right hand towards the ground, left arm over the head. Good. Inhale, come back center. Exhale, left hand reaches to the ground, right arm reaches over the head. Nice work. Inhale, come tall. Let's do that once more. Right hand towards the earth, we lean to the right. Inhale through center. Left hand reaches down, right hand over. Nice work. I see those corrections. Inhale, come back. And let's bring the hands down towards the knees. Let's do another seated cat-cow round here. Pull the heart through, tip the tailbone up, take the gaze to the sky. Exhale, extend the spine towards the back of your chair. Tuck your chin and tuck your tailbone. So we're thinking about making a C shape with the spine. Pull the heart forward, gaze lift, tailbone lifts. Good. And then once again, we tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone, spine extends towards the back of your chair. Inhale and come forward once more. Last one, extend the spine towards the back, tuck the chin and tuck the tailbone. Good. Now come back to center for me. Now let's take this into another little bit twist variation. We're gonna let our left shoulder drop towards the center. Push your hand into the knee, inner thigh, and look over your right shoulder. So if y'all remember, this is my little take on solid gold shimmies. Come back through center, and then that right shoulder drops in, and we look over our left shoulder. Inhale, come through center. Look, left shoulder drops in, we look over the left shoulder, right shoulder, and then back through center once more. We drop the right shoulder in the middle, we look over the left shoulder. Press that hand into the thigh. Come back to center. Good. Now, inhale and reach high. And we're gonna take this as far as it feels good. If it doesn't feel good, don't feel like you have to. We're gonna fold forward. Maybe we let the hands kind of dangle. If dangling doesn't feel good, let your elbows rest on your thighs and let your head hang forward. But if we can take that little bit further reach down, maybe we even let our hands touch the floor
And we let the head hang here. Now, if you're at home, you could put a stack of books here under your hands, or if you would happen to have some yoga blocks, you could put the yoga blocks under your hands, maybe a footstool, something that you could have there for a little bit of extra support. Inhale and come back up. Stack the spine. Good. Let's walk the left foot right in front of the body. So we have hip to knee, knee to toes. Check in on those toes. Make sure they're pointed straight ahead of the body. Not out, not in. Straight ahead. Now, right leg, we're going to extend it out to the side. Now, just like we did our little arm rotations, the humerus bone and the shoulder joint, we're going to do the same thing with the leg bone, the femur, into the hip socket. So we're going to tip the toes forward or backward, doesn't matter. And then backward. We're just going to rotate. Think about letting the leg be one solid piece as we rotate in the joint. I was peeking to see if anybody had joined us. Nope. All right. Is this feeling any differently to some of you that have been coming than, like, if you think back to the first time that you were here with me? I know this doesn't seem like it's much, but
when I first started, I've always had really flexible hips, and the last 2 years they've just completely become solid.
Mm-hmm.
And since doing this, I'm able to do butterflies again. And
nice, seeing some renewed flexibility again. Nice. You know, and not even necessarily that we're gearing towards flexibility, but maintaining and keeping mobility or gaining mobility. All right, let's come into stillness. Flex the toes towards the knee again, toes straight up to 12 o'clock. Let's bring the right hand towards the thigh or the knee, and we're gonna reach that left arm up and over the head. And again, a nice long side body stretch here, breathing into the left side of your rib cage. Now, as you breathe, obviously we can't just say, okay, right lung, we're turning you off and we're only gonna breathe into our left lung. But I want you to imagine that if you could direct all of your breath into your left side of the body, we're gonna fill that left lung up as much as we can. And then we're gonna let it go. Good, come back up through center. Let's walk that right leg in. Knee to hip, toes straight ahead, left leg out to the side. And let's take that little bit of movement here, that rotation of the femur and the hip joint. Get that flush of synovial fluid. I was gonna put y'all on a spot and ask you if you're doing anything at home, but I won't do that too. While I was on vacation, I did not do physical yoga at all. Like 8 or 9 days of just like, ah. And normally when we're on vacation like that, I'll set an alarm clock because we did go to the beach. I like to see the sunrise, the ocean. I did not set an alarm, but one morning and the alarm went off and I'm like, no, thank you. And just snugged back in bed. It was fine. It was nice to get to relax and sleep in a little bit. Okay, let's bring that left hand down the left leg. Let's bring that right arm up and over the head. Take that big reach. Now again, if we could just breathe into our right lung, this is where we're just gonna fill it up. Try to expand that space between the rib cages. We have these teeny tiny little muscles in there called intercostal muscles. And we breathe in, those expand and create more space. Come back up through center. All right, so let's come up to stand. Let's do a little chair pose before we come to stand though. So we're gonna do some sit stands. And I want you to really bring awareness into the soles of your feet. So again, just kind of check in. We've got knees in front of hips, toes pointed straight ahead, feet fully grounded onto the earth. If you need to use your hands at your chair to stand, you're going to use your hands at your chair to stand. No judgment. We're all in a different space in life. So big inhale breath. Press into soles of feet. Exhale. Whoo, push and stand. Nice. Inhale breath. Let's come back to sit down.
Now your chair did not go anywhere, I promise you. But we all want to look and make sure it's still there. Big breath in. It's not dinner time yet. Press into those soles and stands. Now we're going to pretend it's dinner time in just 1 second. So I always, when I teach chair pose, I love to tell people to imagine they're at Thanksgiving dinner and they have their big plate full and they have, you know, maybe a roll in their mouth because there wasn't any more space on their plate. Their hands are full, their mouth is full, and they go to sit and somebody steals their chair. Now, one of the things that I do see with folks when they do chair pose, because when I say do chair pose, ultimately out of a group of folks, I see this happen. Now, if you had a plate of food, you would not fold completely over because your chest is going to end up in your plate of food. You're going to be a hot mess. If you're like me, you forgot to bring a change of clothes. I'm getting better about that. Bring those spare clothes. All right, so chair pose. We just imagine. You can imagine you have a plate of food. If you want to hold that plate of food, you're welcome to. But we're going to take a bend to the knees as if you're about to sit, but Cousin Robert just stole your chair. And now here you are suspended with your plate of food, roll between your teeth, and you're like, hey, stole my chair. Press into your heels and stand. All right, now let's just bring our hands to heart. Good, big breath in and breath out to sit. But we're not sitting all the way. Good. Let's take a peek back here. I'm peeking, y'all are sitting. Nice, good work you all. Okay, press into your heels and stand. Now, I want everybody to do a check-in for me. Check your toes. Are they straight ahead? Good. Now, second thing I want you to check. When you come to sit down, I want you to imagine that you are squeezing a pillow or a block between the thighs. Now, I don't want you to do this, but almost like you have a magnetic field. So when we come to do that little squat, our knees aren't angling out. We want to try to keep that even space as we come down. Yeah, let's do that again. Take a big breath in. Breath out to come down. Not quite as much. Yes, that one's better. Yes, good job. Okay, into heels and stand. Nice. All right, let's go to our kitchen sink stretch. I have got a slight little variation on this today. So we're gonna bring that chair so that we can come to stand behind it. Now remember, word of caution, if we are a glaucoma patient, you are gonna keep your vision straight ahead rather than looking down. So we're gonna bring hands to the chair, and I'm just kind of trying to angle myself for the camera, y'all. You're good. All right, now start to walk those feet back. Let your hands kind of slide down the outside edges of the chair, soft bend to the knees. And remember, what we're aiming for is that nice flat back that if we needed an extra table at dinner, we have got it on our back. I don't know who we're gonna let do that, but. How's that feel? Does that feel different?
Yes.
Okay. Got enough space over here, darling? Do what you can do. Nice work, ladies. Yes, yes, yes. Let your gaze be right down to the ground. Okay. Soften your knees. Nice. Looking good, ladies. Good job. And I'm sure at home y'all are looking good too. We've got that nice long line. Let's just take one more breath here. And breath out. Good. Inhale and start to walk your feet back towards the chair to come to stand. Now we're going to do a little bit of a different variation today. Normally we'd move right into our calf stretch, but I want to introduce a new pose today called pyramid pose. So we're going to use the chair in the same way. We're just going to stance our feet a little bit differently. We're going to start with our right foot closest to the chair, and we're going to have those toes pointed right to 12 o'clock. Our hands are going to rest on the chair. We're going to step our left foot back, and then as you step your left foot back, I want you to seal your foot down, and your toes are going to point probably about 10 o'clock, maybe closer towards 11 o'clock. And then we're going to keep the front leg nice and straight. I got baggier pants on today. Now, I don't want you to lock out your knee though. So just kind of be aware that if you feel like you're locked out, soften your knee.
Then here, we're gonna take a hinge of our hips and come forward. You could stack your hands on the back of the chair, let your forehead rest, and then I want you to bring awareness into the sole of your right foot, as if you were able to slide the carpet. So there's some serious tension in the bottom of your right foot, and you have a lot of intention in the bottom of that foot, and you can feel that muscle all the way from the bottom of your foot into the calf and shin, all the way up the hamstring, into your quad, and then into your glutes. Are you feeling that? Nice. Good. Let's take another full breath in here. And breath out. It looks so good, ladies. Big inhale. And an exhale. Wonderful. Let's transition here. Start to rise back up, bend into your right knee. And let's take this right into our calf stretch now. So turn back onto the toe of your left foot. And we're gonna take that inhale breath. And then on the exhale, we're gonna sink that left heel closer to earth. Inhale, rise up tall. Exhale, sink it back down. Good, one more. Inhale, we rise. This time, exhale, let's stay. Enjoy that stretch. The movement-based classes I have been doing the past week have been so heavy on calf. I'm like, it hurts to go up the steps at home. My biceps have been hurting. Like crazy stretch. This feels really good today. One of my girls messaged me this morning and she's like, I can feel those squats today. Good stuff. All right, let's shorten up, come tall, step that left foot in. Remember, we want 10 or 12 inches between the feet. And then we're gonna bend into both knees. Stick the sit bones out. We're still keeping the heart lifted. Big breath in. And the breath out. Good, inhale, breath. And exhale. Good, let's go ahead and stand tall. Okay, let's transition to the other side. The left foot's gonna stand closest to the chair. We're gonna step the right foot back, a nice long step, and then we're gonna seal the foot down. And now your right toes are gonna point somewhere between 2 o'clock and 1 o'clock, probably closer to 2 o'clock. And then we're gonna take that hinge of the hips. So if we think about where our hips have just landed, I forgot to mention this on the other side, we wanna keep our body square to the front. That front foot fully grounds. We want that feeling that we're trying to drag the carpet back towards us. Hinge through your hips, walk your hands forward to your chair. Maybe you stack them and let your forehead rest. But then, remember, we're not locking out that left knee. We want the tiniest little micro bend into it, but we want all that awareness into the sole of that left foot. And you want to really feel active here, as if you, again, are trying to drag the carpet off the floor and scrunch it up towards your other foot. Good. Are we feeling kind of a similar sensation here? Good. Take a breath in and breath out. It's so important to remember to breathe when things start to get a little bit more difficult. We inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale, breath. And another exhale. Good. Start to come tall, coming back up, bend back into the left knee. And now let's transition this to our calf stretch. So we're high on the toe of our right foot, both legs are straight. Big inhale, breath. And then on the exhale, we sink back down into that back leg, feeling that calf stretch. Inhale, come tall. Exhale, bring the heel towards the earth. Inhale, tall. Exhale, back down. Good, let's stay for the stretch here. Y'all seem kind of quiet today. I feel that. Remember, we just want to appreciate their small, subtle little moments. All right, let's straighten both legs. Step that right foot in, 10 or 12 inches between the heel and the toe. Bend into both knees. Stick out the booty. Kind of hinge in there. And remember, this stretch just targets the calf muscle in a little bit different way. We have two muscles in the calf, and these two stretches target both muscles. So we're hitting into both of those here.
My brain wants to tell you what they're called, but I can only
Gastrocnemius.
Yeah, I was gonna say gastrocnemius, but I can't remember if it's a minor and a major or if the other has a name. It's only been 32 years since I took anatomy and physiology. All right, let's come up to stand nice and tall. Good stuff. Okay, let's go ahead and let your chair stay right where they're at, and I'm gonna have you all turn and face me. We're gonna put hand on the back of the chair, and we're gonna work towards our marches in place here, but let's start by toes, lifting just toes. And then we'll come into heels. Now, does anybody remember what I said about the whole lift and like, anybody remember that? I know Diana does. So if you're feeling really stressed and you're like really overwhelmed, this is one of those things you can lift up on your toes and just let go and let your heels kind of fall onto the earth. You just want to be kind of careful, especially if it isn't a movement that you're super familiar with. It can be a little bit jarring, and we don't want to jar the body too incredibly hard, but this is a good way to kind of tune in to the body a little bit more, kind of calm the nervous system. Okay, let's take it into marches. So let's ground the foot closest to the chair, and then we're going to draw the opposite knee up. Flex your toe towards your knee. Goal is thigh parallel to ground, shoulders still stacked over the hips. Come back down. Draw the other knee in, knee closest to the chair. Good, and back down. Good, and now that left leg lifts again. And back down. And we lift the right. And back down. And we lift the left. And down. And the right. And down. Good. Once more, we bring right. Now, this next one, I want you to bring your left arm into it too. So we lift the right leg and the left arm. Trying to mirror you guys. And then come down. Just do the leg this time, left leg. Left leg down. Right leg, left arm. How was that? Did I do it? I did it, yes. Okay, back down. Just the leg, left leg. And down, arm and leg, right leg, left arm, and down. Good. All right, now, you guys can do that without seeing me. Let me just have you turn around without moving your chair. So your left hand's gonna be on the chair. So, those of you at home are gonna switch around to the other side, and we're gonna go same thing here. So let's just start by marching. First, the right leg lifts, and then we lower, and then the left leg. And then we lower. Now remember, goal is thigh parallel to ground. Continue to march just as you are. And then the left leg. And then the right leg. Very methodical, as if you're listening to a slow, drudgy march. Good. All right. Now, next time we go, we're going to bring the arm to involve. So let's go left leg lifts, right arm lifts. March it back down and just the right leg. Good, right leg down, left leg, right arm. Keep that palm facing towards the inside of body. Come back down, bring the arm down, good, right leg. Come back down, and then left leg, right arm. Good, come on down, just like a pendulum swinging. Right leg lifts, and then the left leg, and swing that right arm up. Perfect, and back down, good job. Okay, good, good, good. Let's come back, turn around and face me again. Let's come to a little balancing pose now. Let's start with tree pose today. So let's keep the leg closest to the chair, so y'all's right leg closest to the chair. And let's begin by bringing the left leg into our first little section of tree. I want you to bring your toe to the ground and pull that right knee back. Now, almost always when we come to tree pose, what tends to happen is our hip tends to pop out. And we want to pull that back under the body and try to stand as tall as we're able to, shoulders stacking over hips. Now, if this feels okay, you can bring the foot up a little bit further. And then maybe we reach the left arm up and over the head. If you feel really stable, maybe you start to let the hand float away from the chair. maybe we just bring the hand to the heart. Or let's bring right hand, left hand back to heart. Let's start there. And then maybe we bring the other hand to the heart. Now, one of the ways that can help you with balancing is to find a focal point. So finding something back here, maybe it's the plug, maybe it's this little mark on the speaker, maybe it's a spot along the curtain or the ceiling. I want you to find something to focus on for me. So find a focal point. Now bring all of your awareness back into the sole of your right foot. Okay, now let's bring that left foot, toes tap down, and our left hand's gonna come to our heart. And then as you're ready, maybe you start to bring that foot up. And remember, you are the only person that can decide if you're ready to take this next step. Maybe you also bring the right hand to the heart. And remember, it's okay if you wobble. It's okay if you're not quite able to stay there. This is building a skill. And this is one of those skills that we need to practice daily. Good. And every day can be different. Maybe today it works, tomorrow it doesn't work. All right, let's go ahead and, without changing your chairs, let's just have everybody turn to the back of the room so that you can come to balance on the other leg now. Now, choose your focal point before you even start. I see a couple little command strips back there. Maybe you pick a number on the clock. Maybe it's one of the blinds. And then bring awareness into the left sole of your foot. Grounding down through that left foot. And then we're just going to bring the right toes to rest on the mat, on the earth, and then pull your right knee back a little bit. Pull the left hip under body. And maybe the right hand comes to rest at the heart space. And then maybe here you start to slide the right leg up a little bit more, the right foot up into calf to foot to calf. And then maybe the left hand comes to rest at the heart as well. And allow yourself to notice the difference from side to side. Maybe one side feels a little more easily. Usually we find that if you're right-handed, standing on your right foot is easier. If you're left-handed, maybe standing on your left foot is a little easier, and it's okay. Again, every day is a little different. And this is good. You can do this on the wall. Good. All right, let yourself relax. Okay, let's come back to our chair. You can turn your chairs back to the front. That's one of those skills that, you know, and it's okay. And when we were together last, I had just had that procedure on my foot and had all those stitches in my foot. And I'm still finding it hard to balance on my right foot, even though it's pretty much healed. And one day it seems okay, the next day it's not so great. Every day is different. And even prior to having that procedure done, same thing. And I've been practicing yoga for a really long time. So every day is different. If you're someone who suffers allergies and maybe you have fluid in your ears at any point in time, it is cold and allergy season, even more so than usual now. That little bit of fluid in our ears can throw us off too. And you may not even realize, like, man, what is going on today that I just can't do this? It's okay. Just let it go, release your expectations, and know that day to day, practice to practice, it's going to be a little different. Maybe in the morning practice, things go great. Evening practice, it's kind of wobbly all over the place. Whatever. Move on. Just forget about it. Don't worry about it. Okay, let's bring hands back to the lap. And let's see, have I forgotten? I'm trying to think, like anything that y'all were looking forward to that I've forgotten today?
You got my hips.
I got your hips? Okay. We did the shoulders, we got the hips. You know what, let's do a little bit, we started with just kind of some neck rolls, but let's come back to that for a second. Let's drop the chin towards the chest. Let's be intentional here with this one now. Shoulders are stacked over the hips, we drop the chin towards the chest. Let's take an inhale breath and lift the gaze up towards the ceiling. And on the exhale, we'll drop the chin back towards the chest. Inhale, lift the gaze back towards the ceiling. And on the exhale, let's bring the chin back parallel to the ground, so gaze straight ahead. Now let's turn over towards the right shoulder, looking over, and then pass through center and look over the left shoulder. Come through center, look over the right shoulder, and through center to the left shoulder. And please always remember, if something doesn't feel good in your body, don't feel like you need to force it. Come back through center, looking over the right, and back through center and over the left. And now let's come back to center again. Let's drop the left ear towards the left shoulder and bring your left hand to rest on top of your head. Now I don't want you to pull. Our hand weighs a pound or two. I just want you to rest it there. Reach your right hand down towards the ground, palm towards me, towards the front of the body. And then I want you to press the back of your hand towards the back of the room. Whew, you're gonna feel that little bit of a different stretch in the neck. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Now bring that hand back towards the front of the body. Turn your palm towards the back of the room, and now press the hand towards the back of the room. Good, a little bit different again. And turn the palm to the front, come back center, release everything. All right, let's take the right ear, right shoulder. Bring your right hand up to rest on top of your head. Extend your left hand to the side of the body, palm facing the front of the room or towards me. And now press the back of your hand towards the back of the room. Remember, we're not pulling, we're just resting that hand on the head. Come back towards center, turn the palm towards the back of the room, thumb to the ground, press the hand away. Good, turn the palm towards the front, come back center and release. Okay, let's do ankle mobility real quick. Point your toe, let's start with the right foot. Point your toe, flex your toe. Point the toe, and flex the toe. And then let's do some rolls through the ankle, as if you're drawing circles with the toes, both directions. We'll switch that. Try to really focus in that it's just your ankle. Good. All right, let's go other foot. Bring that right foot down. Okay, left toes, point, and flex, and point, and flex, and roll the ankles. I got some cracking and popping happening up here. All right, let's come back to the hands real quick. Let that left leg down. Let's take a little, the hands kind of almost pull towards your fingertips, pull towards the forearm, and then as if you're raising the roof. And then down and up. All right, let's bring the right arm across the body, a little old school gym stretch. Bring that left hand and pull across the body there. Let's swap that out, release. Let's bring the left arm across the body, catch that tricep. Oh, hello, good morning. Feeling that today also. And back to center. All right, let's give the legs a nice little rub. Down the thighs, backs and knees, all the way down the calves, the shins, little massage around the ankles. Was it you, Diana, that was saying like you give your body a little extra love, a little lotion? 'Tis the season to give the body a little extra love. Get that lotion out. My favorite thing is fractionated coconut oil. It is a dry oil. Walmart used to carry it, not finding it at Walmart now, possibly Marshall's, Amazon. Fractionated coconut oil, though, is really nice to use. Your body absorbs it really well. And as I said, it's a dry oil, so it doesn't leave your skin feeling like you're headed out to the lounge chair with the garden hose. Don't recommend that either. But it's not like using baby oil on your skin. It's just your body actually absorbs it. It's really nice. So don't forget to give yourself a little extra self-love this month.
Fractionated?
Yes, fractionated coconut oil. I will try to remember to post a link for it in the comment section on this video.
My husband uses regular coconut oil.
Yeah, coconut oil is good too, but it can leave you feeling
Yeah.
kind of greasy.
Mhm.
Where the fractionated, for whatever, I don't know what the difference is with it, but I bought a humongous bottle off of Amazon with a pump on it, and I think it was like $16
That might be something
for
to
a really big
invest
bottle.
in.
I use it for eye makeup remover. It works better than just about anything else that I have found, so, and way less expensive than some of the fancy stuff. All right, let's just take a second here to close out class. Find that really tall upright spine. Find the sits bones under the body, that little rock side to side. Notice those bony points in the bum resting into the chair. Hands resting on the lap, shoulders stacking over hips. Take a full breath in through your nose and fill into the belly. And a long, slow exhale breath to release. Full inhale. And exhale. Allow the space between the eyebrows to soften. The skin across the forehead to relax. Draw the lips softly together and allow the teeth to fall slightly apart. Relax the jaw. Allow your shoulders to soften away from the ears, feeling the shoulder blades slip down the back, softening. Feel your breath gently guiding you closer into that state of release. Notice the soft inhale and exhale. The secret of happiness is to find joy in the ordinary. My hope for you as we move forward and into this busiest season of the year is that you are able to find the joy in those small moments. Try to remember to be fully present wherever your feet are. Don't get too caught up in that to-do list, and allow yourself to enjoy each moment. Let's draw the hands together at heart center, letting the thumbs come to rest at the heart space, bowing our heads. And here we find a moment of gratitude for this practice. To you for making space in your day, and for this opportunity to come together in community and in collective energy. Let's take a clearing breath together before we close. A full inhale through the nose to fill the body with renewed energy. And a big exhale with ease. May your life be free of struggles. May your heart be open. May your body be filled with joy and ease. May you share your gifts with the world. And may you know your truest self in this lifetime. Together we say, Namaste. Thank you guys so much for being here today. We appreciate you guys.